Right, hey guys, it's Enroy Mangabori here today. Ignore the sound in the background. I know it's going to be really annoying. I just decided to do video and the washing machine is on. I always do this, so let's just deal with it. Yeah, let's just be adults and let's just deal with it. So today, well, I'm recording this video on the same day I would have put up the unboxing video of my new watch. Well, I'm recording this video on that same day as the unboxing and as of when I uploaded the unboxing. The thing is, I don't know if I'm going to upload this video on the same day or the day after or a week after. I'll do like either today, the same day, or the day after. Just to give you guys a little sense, because this isn't going to be like a review, but it's just going to be like a, okay, I've had a look at it now, I've worn it for a bit, let me say what I think. So yeah, we're going to be talking about my vintage Seiko SKX Pepsi. So, just a quick background check. In the past I have worn nice-ish watches, I've worn rotaries, I've worn a few Secondas, you know, the more cheaper line of course. I've worn a few luxuries like, well, just one, I have a U-boat, which is, how you destroy titanium I don't know, but that watch is just, the movement is, everything is just, and I don't have that kind of money, and no, it's dead. I've accepted it. People probably, you know, in the video like, what do you mean? How can that be? You must be rich to afford one. No, I just can't. Maybe when, you know, I'm getting a bit more bread in, I can fix it and bring it back to former glory, but for now, it just stays sort of tucked away. That's all. It's just tucked away. It will have some money thrown at it at some point in life, I'm sure. So, before then, well, after then, however, I have been using my Apple Watch. This is a Series 2, it's gold, and it's a 38mm, mainly because I was too cheap at the time and couldn't afford a 42, but do you know what, I'm kind of happy with the 38. I've realised I have quite big wrists, and even though I do, I'm still really happy with small watches, because my U-boat is quite big and fat on the wrist, and I'm not really keen on that. I like a more slender sort of pronounced look. So like, as you can see, like a 38mm Apple Watch is not that big. So this was on a leather Formosa strap. It's like a tan brown. Again, I said in the last video, if you type in Mangabori on Google, my WordPress website will come up. I actually did a review on my blog of this strap, so check that out. These are on Amazon. You can find them for about £16 or less. They're not bad, but just be aware that for the cheap price you are getting cheap leather. I'm not gonna lie, it's not amazing leather. It's genuine leather, but it's not the most amazing leather. I was sort of thinking about putting these straps on my Seiko, so if you just want to, actually I'll take the straps off. Pow. Pow, like that. So that's the, slipped, that's the buckle strap, which is, to be honest, these straps look great. I think they look rather beautiful. It's just adjusting the light. It's just the quality of them is absolutely shocking. So if trying to get the right lighting so this actually works. Okay, yeah, that works a bit better. So yeah, it's got like this nice stitching in it, which is quite pretty. What I do like about this strap is it takes the dinks and stuff really well. You know, you can scratch it and it keeps the marks, which is actually something I'm quite fond of. I like it when stuff keeps the marks, it keeps the dinks and shit like that. Gives character to everything, which I'll get back to on the watch. So yeah, I am thinking about maybe putting these on my watch. Do you know what, it might not be a bad idea. I might just go for it because I do believe these are 22 mils. Yeah, they're just about 22, so they can actually fit on my Seiko. It might not look too bad. But yeah, so I don't know if I'm ever going to be using my Apple Watch again. After probably, I said to my partner, I keep saying partner, just Erin, my girlfriend. I keep saying to her that I will, after a while, decide whether I'm going to get rid of the Apple Watch, yes or no. I'm not sure yet, so I will, if I do end up deciding, look, I don't want to wear my Apple Watch anymore because I'm absolutely dependent on having my Seiko, because in the past I always used to wear a watch religiously, and I did use it to tell the time, always, so I don't know if now I've got a nice watch again that I can actually wear, if I'll even care about the Apple Watch anymore, because there are times when I feel like I'm not so technological dependent, and for me, living in the age that we live in, having a mechanical wristwatch kind of allows you to still retain that part of your original humanity in a sense, you know, not having to depend on all this tech and bullshit we have these days, just simple, keeping it simple. So having a wristwatch for me is my kind of, I think, way of keeping rooted in that sense. So yeah, let's talk about the watch, however, then. So this is a 1997, which is the exact year I was born, which is crazy, which makes it the beautiful birthday present that it is. Shout out to the plug, Erin. Cheese. Yeah. I had been told by people, you know, be careful when you buy watches from eBay and da-da-da. And, you know, there are a few little things that I haven't been told about from the seller, but it's completely fine because I get it. It's vintage, so they can easily turn around and use that as an excuse. And these aren't necessarily things that can bother me. It's things that, if I really want, I can change, so it's not that deep. So yeah, it is, as I said, a 1997 Seiko SKX009, because it's the Pepsi bezel, which is very nice. See, it's horrible because I don't have the right lighting in my flat. I don't have the right lighting or the right artificial lighting to get crisp picture quality, which is such a shame. No, you get no reflection. Let me try and, if I turn that off. Yeah, I think this can work. If it wants to focus. Don't look at my face, please. Yeah, I think it's focused. So this is it. Now it's got a little bit of patina actually on the lume indices. I think that's what you call them. I'm not that much of a watch expert, so I'm learning all of this. So yeah, I think there is some patina on the lume, but it's not very heavy. The guy on eBay did say to me, like, this is one of the best examples of a vintage SKX you'll find. Basically saying this is a very good sort of preserved model, which he wasn't lying. The dial is patinaed, but it's not heavy. The dial is completely intact other than that, which is lovely to see. Yeah, he said the only thing that's been changed is, I believe he said the bezel insert and the hands on the actual watch. But the thing is, the hands they don't look brand new, so I think, he didn't specify, but I assume they were either brand new and they made it look vintage along with the watch, or they swapped it off of another vintage piece, because he has a lot of vintage SKXs on his eBay page. So I don't know if that's maybe the reason why they look a bit aged as well, could be. Now it's quite weird, I've never owned a Seiko before, and holding this watch, on a lot of reviews and stuff, people have talked about, let me just check the timer, yeah, it was sound. The weight of the watch doesn't feel premium sometimes. A lot of people say it because of the bracelet, which I didn't get it on the Jubilees, you can see. I got it on the rubber strap. I don't know, this watch feels very premium, apart from one thing which I will get to, but it does feel very premium. I mean, it's beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think this is a premium watch, and I've got it on the freaking rubber strap, do you know what I mean? I've got it on the rubber strap, so, you know, obviously it's not actually a premium watch. It's kind of... People say it's like your entry level into watch collecting or divers, but is it even entry level? I mean, you can pick these up if you look good for like 100 quid if you're lucky. I mean, I almost got a orange face J model for literally like £100, but then I got overbidded in the end. So it went up to only 140 as well, but I wasn't pushing it. So yeah, it just, you know, I believe, yeah, I don't even remember the original point I was making, but we'll just skip it and go back to the strap. Yeah, so like, I think maybe the strap, from what I've heard about the Jubilee original strap, is rubbish, which is probably the case, but I do feel that this is quite, it's very heavy and weighty, which is nice. So I can only imagine what it would feel like on the Jubilee strap as well. I've got a Bond NATO coming in, it should be here either tomorrow or the day after. I don't know whether I'll be switching it out, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually enjoying this strap. A lot of people say this original Seiko straps are ugly and really nasty, but I don't think they are. Once you have it on your wrist, I feel like it actually doesn't look that bad. I mean, get that in shot. Does that really look that bad? So I'm kind of okay with it. I mean, I'm chilling, to be fair. So yeah, it's just a stunning piece. Being a lover of Japanese culture and most things that is Japanese, to finally say that I own like a collector's item, because it is essentially a collector's watch, but a vintage model as well, from the year I was born. And just that connection with Japanese culture is really quite personal to me, I think. And the fact that my first nice watch in like how many years, well, really just my first nice watch since actually being an adult, being, you know, 21 years old now, like kind of like I'm out in the world on my own now. This is quite a sentimental piece now. So I think the original owner that probably bought it might not have had those sentimental thoughts, but I for sure do. So yeah, it's beautiful. It's got the wave, the iconic wave on the back, which I thought was so cool. That was kind of another contributing factor of why I wanted to get this model of watch. But yeah, I mean, the only default I can say about the watch is the bezel is loose on one of the sides, so yeah, it makes a clicking sound. But you give it a good tug and it doesn't feel like it wants to come off. So I believe it's probably just the bezel's just been dinged up or been taken apart, and you know, there's a part inside that's not working properly, which is absolutely fine. It's an easy fix, I'm sure. I could probably do it myself. I'm quite good at tinkering with things, so yeah, that's not an issue. And to be honest, I quite like it. It makes me feel the vintage aesthetic. I mean, the first SKX I actually saw, keep an eye on that time, the first SKX I saw that I wanted to purchase was a more modern version, and it was PVD'd black, all black, with a new dial, a change dial. It was like a pale blue dial, change of hands, change date window. The date box, sorry, was black. The bezel was black, the insert was black. It was all blacked out with a black NATO strap, and honestly the watch looked so good. But I kind of thought to myself, what if I don't like the PVD after a while? What if it starts to chip off and I hate how it actually looks? Which at first I was kind of like, no, but that looks good, that gives the watch character, and you know, which it does. But I kind of thought, this is supposed to be my everyday watch that I will wear, you know, with a suit, with a nice jumper, a turtleneck, a t-shirt, a hoodie. Do you know what I mean? So I wanted it. I then thought, oh, let's not have it black. Let's have it just the normal silver, which makes it a lot more versatile. And I think getting a vintage model was very true to the actual Seiko itself. Obviously this has had a little bit of a facelift, a little bit of a restoration, but it's just a restoration to get it to looking how it originally looked, not modding it to make it a completely different watch, which is quite nice. I myself, I think I will maybe do some more modding on it at some point. Nothing heavy, just when the crystal starts to give out, I'll probably upgrade to like a sapphire crystal, and that's pretty much as far as I'll go. Just because when it wears, because I will wear this watch into the ground. So yeah, that's the only thing I'd probably change, and maybe getting it looked at, because it had been looked at before. The guy who I bought the watch from, he said that he had a watchmaker, or not like a watchmaker, but he had a guy to do the mods for him. The modifications, the restoration. But then I keep hearing this, which you're not going to hear with the washing machine, but it's quite a loud watch. It's not... Yeah, it's very loud and almost rattly. And I can't really tell if it's scraping, because I know some people have problems with their Seikos where they scrape a lot. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's scraping or not, but you can sort of feel the vibrations a little in it as well, which on the U-boat I never really got that. So yeah, it's just something that if someone in the comments could let me know about, I'd be so grateful, just to let me know if I need to get it serviced. I mean, even the guy that I got the watch from, he did say to me, look, if it does break down or it stops working, you're better off just buying a new, what's the movement again? Oh, a 7S26. Yeah, 7S26. He said you know you're better off getting a new one, and I mean, I thought, yeah, fair enough, because you can probably find the 7S movement for about £60. That's what I've roughly seen them on eBay. But the whole point of having a vintage watch is to keep the original vintage form. So me upgrading, technically in my eyes, upgrading the movement, because isn't really getting a replacement an upgrade. Even though it's the same movement, it's still, you're upgrading it from the current one to another one that's newer. So, you know, he said you could pay a good top dollar just to service it, when realistically, compared to how much Erin paid for the whole watch, is it really worth it? My logic is, yes it freaking is. The sentimental value that I've now attached to this piece makes it worth more than $1,000 if it costs to service it. I will probably keep this movement as long as I can until I'm forced to make a newer 7S movement. Because I don't see the point in having it as a vintage watch then. It's like having a vintage Omega or something and then switching it, or like having a vintage Rolex Submariner and then switching it to like a more newer movement. I don't know if people do shit like that. Don't go in the comments hating triggered, because I don't know everything about watches, alright? So just chill out. But just imagine if someone did that, if it's possible anyway. You know, you'd say to them, well, what's the point of having a vintage Rolex if it's not going to have the vintage movement? You just got a vintage case and dial with a new movement in it. So I'll be happy to pay, you know, whatever price they smack at me to fix this. But if you yourself are a watchmaker or a watchmaster, I don't know the term for people who own watch shops and stuff, forgive me, and you think that you could have a look and just let me know, even if it costs like a service charge just to crack it open and see, please let me know. Just hit down in the comments, and we can get to contacting each other and seeing what we can do on that part. But yeah, apart from that, I'm in love with this. It's beautiful, brilliant watch, and I couldn't ask for anything more. To me, this beats any Rolex, Zenith, any, you know, yeah. I was gonna say some more brands then, but do I really want to say some of the, I can't pronounce, Jaeger, nah, it's not happening. Seiko. What my Japanese will allow me to pronounce, if I'm even pronouncing it right. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I will give a proper in-depth review in a few weeks' time, probably with some better camera shots and stuff, you know, maybe some like cinematic shots and things, and a proper well-edited video, which is rare that I even say that I'm going to do that, but because this watch is such a special thing, I believe it deserves that respect to be shown in a special manner. So yeah, take it easy, guys. Peace.